Hello everybody and welcome back to the Mongoolie Show. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Start Grant event as well as the State of the Art event. They are both blitz heavy events, but they're actually looking relatively doable. If this is your first time on the Mongoolie Show, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We are trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year, and if you can help me with that goal, that would be greatly appreciated. We make a lot of Marvel Strike Force content on this channel, and I actually just uploaded a video yesterday of the top 5 characters I would like to see come to this game. If that interests you, check out the description below. I'll have a link there for it. And remember, just because this event is complicated doesn't mean you need to be confused. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the State of the Art chart. It is a Blitz event. You're going to want to earn Blitz credits over 5 days. This is a solo event, obviously. And you want to get 25,000 points. If you do, you're going to get 10,000 vibranium slabs, 10,000 Start Grant milestone points, and 4,000 galvanized orbs and some gold. Now, the important part of this is obviously the galvanized orbs and the Start Grant, as that's the other event that we're going to be talking about here. So you have to actually open those orbs in order to get the points. You get the points for opening them, not for collecting the points. So that's worth noting. We do have a chart that actually breaks this down, so we'll get to that in a second. But first, let's take a look at the other chart. If we take a look at this chart, this is the Start Grant chart. You can see there's 108,000 vibranium slabs that you can get, as well as 100 Val shards and 100 Kang shards. Both of those are fantastic. There's a ton of augmented gear, 7 red stars for dagger, 500,000 T2 level 5 ions, if you can get down to milestone 19. And if you make it all the way down to milestone 20, you get 1 Diamond Dawn orb.
And there was much rejoicing.
So what we're actually looking at here is all of the other character shards, the 100 Kang shards and 100 Val shards. If you don't have either of those characters, that's an unlock for the characters, and it's actually really easy to do. So that's really, really good. And even if you're like me and you've already got those characters unlocked, it's like both of those are going to take them up a star level for me. So I'm actually really excited for this event, even though it's a blitz event. The nice thing is you don't have to blitz very heavily in this event to do well in this event. This is actually a phenomenal event. I checked the math a couple of times because it just doesn't quite make sense to me, but every time I do the math, it comes up really, really positive. So that's awesome. Now, what you're going to want to do for this event is you're going to want to battle in blitz. You'll notice that if we're going to get 50 points for battling in blitz up to a maximum of 66,000 points. There's also 25 points you can get for battling blitz with no maximum. What you're going to do is get 75 points to start until you hit that 66,000 cap. Now, remember, only the 50 points counts towards that 66,000 points. The other 25 you're just going to get on top of that. So for the first 5 rotations you do every single day for 5 days, you're going to get 75 points. And then once you go above 5 rotations a day, that's when it's going to get docked down to the extra 25. That's a confusing way of wording it. What I mean is the first 25 rotations you do, you're going to get 75 points. After you go above that 25 and a quarter rotation, then you're only going to get 25 points per blitz battle. Does that make more sense? Maybe I worded that poorly. I'm sorry, it's tired. If you have Craven unlocked, that's going to be 7,000 points. You only need to blitz with him once. I'm doing the math as if you don't, though, because his event hasn't come out yet. If you blitz with Green Goblin, that's 7,500 points. I'm going to do the math as if you do have him because his event is out right now, and I'm going to be putting out a video for how you can unlock him fairly easily. Dr. Octopus and Ironheart have both been out for a while. Obviously, Dr. Octopus for a long time, Ironheart for a little while. So I'm going to assume you have those characters as well, and they're worth 3,000 and 4,000 points respectively. And every power core you spend is going to be worth 6-to-1 ratio, which is really, really good. I'm going to recommend you do 200 per day, and we'll get to the math on that in 1 second. This event, as I said, is looking really, really nice. So here's the actual chart that I did. Well, the 2 charts that I did for this event. You can see in the yellow is the amount of rotations you're going to do, and the actual number that we do is in green for the first one is in a 5-day total, in a 5-day span. So if you only do 1 rotation, I'm assuming you're going to get about 20 points per battle. Now, obviously, you can get as low as 15 or as high as 2,000, but 20 seems like a pretty safe average. If you get more than that, you're just winning this event even harder. I'm going to assume that after the first rotation, you're only going to get about 35 wins per rotation. Now, you can do 52 battles in a rotation, so that means you get to lose a couple there, but you're not hurting yourself all that much. This math, I kind of purposefully took it a little bit lower, and if you do well, then great, fantastic. So that's going to be about 700 points per rotation. So as you can see, if you only do one rotation a day, that's only going to be 3,500 points at the end of the week. That's not very good. You want to do more rotations than that. If you can do all 8 rotations a day and you don't get lucky with jackpots or anything, that's going to be 28,000 points, and that's more than you need to max out this event. If you do that, you're going to get a whole bunch of rewards, and it's going to be really good for you. I know not everybody's going to do 8 rotations a day, even with only the 1 hour Blitz cooldown, but there's the math for you if you care. Most people will probably do about the 4 or 5 rotations. So that'd be about 14,000 or 17,500 points, roughly. There's not a great way of doing the math on this one because it is just an average, right? Like there's no guarantee. Now, if we look at the second chart, the start grant chart, this one actually does have guaranteed numbers because it's bulletproof, right? Like you're going to get 50 points and 25 points for the first X amount of rotations. Like it just works out that well. All right, as far as the start grant chart goes, what we're looking at here is in yellow, again, is the amount of rotations you expect you to do in a day. Then I break it down to the amount of points you're going to get for the 50, how many points you're going to get for the 25. The total is in light green for how many points you're going to get daily, and the total in dark green is how many points you're going to get at the end of the week if you keep those numbers up. Now you'll notice there's a darker green further to the right. Why that's there is honestly just because you will stop getting that extra 50 point bonus once you hit this number. So you'll notice the numbers from 97,500 don't jump as high because you're only getting the 25 points for those other rotations. Basically, if you do 5 rotations times 50 times 52 times 5 days, that's going to be 65,000 points. The cap is 66,000, so it's a little bit more than that, but not a whole lot more. So we did factor that in. But essentially, once you get to 6, 7, and 8 rotations a day for 5 days in a row, you are getting less and less points. So the top number here, the 20,800, that's how many points you'd get in one day. But you're not going to get that many points every single day for the rest of the thing because you'll cap out really quickly. We also have the points for the characters. You'll notice I didn't put Craven over in the first column because I'm assuming we don't have Craven. If you do, add 7,000 points to your total. It just makes your life easier. But I'm going to assume we do have Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Ironheart, and that we will be unlocking the 2 galvanized orbs. So let me say, like, if this chart doesn't make any sense, let me know. It makes sense in my brain, but I fully understand if like my brain doesn't quite operate the way other people's do. So what we're looking at here is a grand total of, if you do 1 rotation a day for 5 days, you'll be looking at about 39,000 points. Now that's assuming you spend 200 cores every single day. That's assuming you have the characters you're supposed to have. That's going to put you at about 39,000 points. If you do 8 rotations every day, that's going to put you at 154,500. That's milestone 19. That's incredible. Now, if we take a look at the chart, you'll see that in order to get everything we really need to get, let's bring it up again. You only really need to get 80,000 points. Milestone 16, that'll get you all of the vibranium slab, the 200 shards for the characters that you want, bunch of augmented gear. Like that's everything you need for the monthly. That's only 80,000 points. If we take a look at my chart, 80,000 points is only 3 rotations a day. And that's what I mean. I had to check the math a couple of times because 3 rotations a day is absolutely nothing. But it appears that's all you need to do. If that's what you want to do to win this event, you will need to spend the power cores every single day. But other than that, 3 rotations a day gets you where you want to be. That's really good. That's really good. Now, obviously, people want to go higher than that. So if you want to do all 8 rotations a day, spend 200 power cores, you've got all these characters, that'll put you at about 154,500. If you want to hit milestone 20, I don't see a way of doing it shy of spending power cores. I just don't. And I didn't do the math on that one because if you're going to spend that much money on this game, you don't really care what my math says. You're just going to keep spending until you win, right? Like it seems redundant to do the math on that. But I think actually like 150,000, like at very least, milestone 18 seems reasonable. Now, if you want milestone 19, that is 150,000 points. That's 8 rotations a day. If you want milestone 18, that's only 125,000 points a day. That's only 5 rotations every single day. As I said, this event looks really, really good. It looks really rewarding. It looks easy to do. And with the 1 hour Blitz rotation, 5 rotations should not be that bad. And even if you can't do 5 rotations, 3 rotations gets you pretty much everything you want. So I don't have enough good things to say. This looks like a great event. If they don't change anything, if this is actually the math going forward, we're in really good shape. And they might even have a web store gift for you to make this even easier. Usually they're not very much. It's only like 500 points or something, but like it's free money. Why would you say no? All right, that's all we got for the state of the art and the Start Grant Foundation events. Looking really simple. I can't wait to get my Val and my Kang both up a star point, and if you don't have them, you can unlock them. Super easy event. This is really good. I'm really happy with this. If you made it this far in the video, please consider hitting that like button. You obviously liked the video. And also hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers, and if you can help me out with that goal, that would be greatly appreciated. You can also head over to twitch.tv/TheMongoolie Show. Hit that follow button so you know when we go live. And we've got lots of great content happening over there a couple of times a week. We're going to be doing a lot of trials and trying to get our Goblin up as high as we can. We've already got him unlocked at 3 stars. We're looking to get him up to 4, but that's something we're going to be working on for the next couple of days. So drop on by, say hi. It's usually a good time. It's a very chill environment. Just if you have any questions, that's a great place to ask them. Other than that, Commanders, good luck with getting Green Goblin this week. Have fun with this event. Well, it's Blitz. You're not going to have fun, but you know what I'm saying. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you next time.